Build the Lord. Hey, you guys, how you guys are feeling today? How you YouTube fans out there doing and stuff like that? Hope you guys having a great day. I am LaDon. I'm in the house, and if you like a video, watch another one. But what I want to talk about today is I got a DUI. Yes, I got a DUI. For drunk driving. It was years ago. And what happened was, it was around New Year's. I was partying. Oh, shoot. What? Get my party on. I was like 30 years old back then. 30 years old. And I was partying at the club and enjoying myself and I said to myself, hey, it was only I think it was 12:30, and I was drunk already. And I said, let me get one more beer before I go. So I got a beer, and I drank that beer, and I was still partying at the club. Having a good time, enjoying myself, getting phone numbers, and I decided to go to Long Beach to meet this girl that I met. And during that time, I was driving and there, just driving. Back in the days, I'm be real, there was days that, you're supposed to be driving, but I was drinking. But I made it home a lot of time, when you ain't supposed to be drinking, but you just got that buzz. Because when I'm drunk, I know I'm just going to lay back in the car and go to sleep. But if I got my buzz, I still be like, okay. But I think I was drunk. I was not drunk that time. I don't felt like it, but I knew that I had to go up there and I wanted to meet a girl. And I drove all the way to Long Beach, and because I wanted to get some, I wanted to get some of that candy. And what happened was, I got off the ramp, and I went off the ramp, right? And I think I didn't stop or something. I couldn't go this way. I'm supposed to go that way and then hit the light. But there was another way when I can turn this way, but I ain't supposed to. There was a cop there, and it was around 1:30, okay? And the cop pulled me over, and I was praying. I was like, oh, Lord, please. No, please, I don't want to go to jail. I drink my beer. I hope I'm sober. I got to. That's how you think when you got a cop behind you. And the cop asked me, you been drinking? He said, you been drinking? And I did the most dumbest thing on the planet. I was like, I had one drink. I was talking like that. I had one drink. And he was like, hey, you got to step out the car. I was like, damn, I was like, damn. So I got out the car. He did the DUI test and everything. I had to put the leg up in the air. I couldn't put my leg up in the air. Did the touch the nose and all that stuff, and did all the tests that he wanted me to do. And then he told me to blow in that blower, and that time you're supposed to be like 0.7 or 7 points. I don't know the average of DUI, but it was over what you're supposed to have. And I had a 0.8 or 8.0, something like that. And he said, hey, we're going to arrest you for drinking and driving. And I was like, oh, man. I was like, oh, my God, I got to go to jail. I had to go to jail and everything. And that DUI, they put me in jail and they put me in the back, and they were talking to me. They was like, hey, man, you smell like a lot of alcohol back there. They were making fun of me, but I didn't care. I was just like, hey, you got me, whatever. So I went to the police station. They booked me in, and I think did they fingerprint me? I think they fingerprint me. I don't remember, but I think they did. I believe they did. And then I went up to the front, and I remember the officer said, "This is what I knew I was in jail." I knew I was in jail, and then it just he showed me that you in jail. He was like, "Hey." You need to take off your shoes, LaDon. So, I'm taking off my shoes and stuff. And he said it like this: take off your shoes! I was like, oh, shit. All right, to go do this shit. I'm looking at him. I'm like, I'm scared. I'm like, try to act tough. Just, hey, this is spooky. I've never been in jail. And then we supposed to go to the cell, and then he got really loud at me again. He was like, don't look at me, turn it back. And I was in the elevator. He said, turn my head to the side, like, turn your head to the side. So I turned my head to the side and everything. And they took me in there, and I was in there. I got into some little cell, some holding cell, and I sat there. And I didn't act all hard. I acted like LaDon, like I didn't make nobody laugh because I was, mad at myself for getting the DUI. And I'm sitting there for about 2 hours, but I had to be real. I was ready to fight. I'm a man. I'm ready to fight whenever it's time. But that time I was got my buzz, but I was ready to fight. And I had my booty against the wall. When you go to jail, you like, hey, I'm going to protect my booty. I'm not going to have it all out like, yeah, I had my booty against the wall. And, if I was tired, I had my little one eye open and looking. I was nervous, not being in jail or nothing like that. And I was sitting there, and we were sitting there, and they bought the food. They bought some food, and it was some bread. And I'm a vegetarian at the time, and I didn't eat none of the meat. I think I drank the juice or something like that. And the bread, I wanted to eat the bread, but I was hungry, and it had a little piece of hair on the bread. Like, I was like, wow, I was hungry. I was thinking like, hey, let me eat the bread. Hell with it. It's a piece of hair. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die. Eat the bread and stuff. And the bread was soft and stuff. And I just couldn't really eat the way I wanted to eat, And I just sat there. And I sit there back there, and I just sat there for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And I was like, okay, this is crazy. Then they put me in another cell. They moved me to another cell, and I sit there, and all these people were in this little cell, and they were watching a football game. It was the next morning around 10. And they was watching a football game. I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. I get to watch the football game, And it was a football game. It was like NFL football, Raiders against Raiders against Denver. That's what's in my mind. And I'm sitting there on that bench, and I'm sitting there looking at the football game. I'm pretty happy. I'm like, okay, they got a football game in there. And the problem was about the football game. That football game was long. It was not like a football game like you at home. Like, yeah, you can get up and leave and get some chips and, I'm going to go get some dip, I'm going to get me a soda, let me make some burgers, let me get some French fries real quick. Let me go to the store, let me get some napkins, You got a fork? Anybody got a fork? And all that. It was horrible. It was the most horriblest thing I've seen in my whole life. And I was sitting there like to myself, I was like the longest football game I ever seen. It was like first quarter was just seems like it was like 3 hours. Like, this game is long. And I just sat there, and I was just like, I was sitting there, I was hurt. Did I cry? I don't know if I cried. I don't think I cried. I was just like mad at myself, like thinking to myself, like, I ain't gonna, this is what I was thinking. I ain't gonna never drink again. You don't have to worry about me. I ain't gonna never drink again. Never gonna drink again. And I remember at the time, I don't know, I didn't call my mom. I didn't call my mom and say I was in jail and anything like that. What I did was, at the time, I had a girl, and I told her to come. Told her I was in jail, and she was like, I was like, ring. Ring. She like, hey, LaDon. I was like, yeah. She like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm in jail. She like, for what? I had been drinking and driving and got a DUI. And she was like, don't worry about it. I'll come and save you. So, I was sitting there like, I'll let you know when I'll be out. I'll give you a call then. She like, okay. And I sat there, y'all, and I sat there, and I sat there, and I sat there. But when I first walked in, I'm just gonna be real. When I went into another cell, they gonna ask you what you in for. They gonna ask you what you in for, and you better not lie. Just say, hey, I told them the truth. Hey, I'm in here for a DUI. I shouldn't have been drinking and driving. They left me alone, and the hours went by, and it was like, no, man, you got a DUI? I said, yeah. He said, is this your first offense? This is what the people in the cell that are in jail with me talking to me, schooling me about jail. And they was like, yeah, oh man, you got a DUI, man. Don't worry about that, man. It's gonna be about $10,000. I was like, $10,000? $10,000? What do you mean $10,000 and stuff? And they told me, and it's the God honest truth, I was sitting there, and they had this another cell with a littler room with 2 bunk beds. And I was like, oh, man. I'm like, I don't know if I'll be able to handle this. Because I got my DUI on that Friday, and Saturday, I saw Saturday. But Monday, I was thinking, like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can stand here this long. And, and what happened was, the guys in the cell was like, hey, man, they did it smooth. They're like, oh, look, Don, they're going to get out on an OR. I was like, a OR? What's an OR? I don't get what an OR is, And I think it was called original release or something like that, early release or something. I don't know, an OR. I think it was an OR, early release. And I'm sitting there like, okay, hours went by and hours went by and hours went by. And and I remember the officer came to the cell and he was like, he looked at me, he was like, he was calling names, Johnny. And I was like, okay. And he was like, LaDon. I was like, oh. And he was like, David. And he said it like this. What he said? Get your shit and come on. I was like, I grabbed my little shit. I don't know. I don't think I had shit, but I was looking around for some shit. Like, I don't have shit, so. And it brought me in, and they took me. They let me loose out into the world, and I was like, I'm free. I'm free. I was happy. I said, I ain't gonna never drink. I ain't gonna never drink again. I think that's when I cried. I was when I was out, when I was a man or something, I ain't gonna cry. Like, no. When I got out into the world, I was like, I think I'll never drink again. They're gonna never drink again. And we had cellular phones at that time, and they gave me my cellular phone and all my stuff. I think we had a cell phone. I called her, and the girl I was with, she was like, oh, don't worry, I'll come get you. And she came and got me. I was just crying. I was crying. Oh, Jesus, no, I ain't gonna drink again. Never, ever. Never gonna drink again. I cried. Not in the jail cell. I was a man. Like, what's up, fool? But outside, I was like, gotta cry. I was crying. And for a whole year, I didn't drink shit. I didn't drink nothing. My family was like, no, you want to drink? No, I'm good. I was scared of drinks. No, I'm okay. Don't you want to drink? No. No. Don't you want a beer? I've been in jail. No. So I was scared for liquor for almost a year. Everybody was asking, "Don't come on, drink." No. You gonna put me in that jail again? And jail was not fun. It was not fun. You know, I had to be a man and protect my ass. I was like, we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight for this manhood. I'm gonna protect my ass. That's what was number one thing in my mind, okay? And I got through it. They got through it, and I drove home. And I drove home. And I had to deal with the court systems and stuff like that. And I think I didn't have a lawyer. Couldn't afford a lawyer. My family didn't have no money like that. We didn't have no money, so they gave me an accountant lawyer, appointed lawyer or something, and they let me out on an OR. So I was happy. It was a wet reckless, so it was not a DUI. It would have been more penalties, but it was only a wet reckless. And I was like, all right, cool, you know. And I had to go, and they took me up there, and I went to court. I went there every time, didn't miss it. I said, I ain't going to jail again, so I did that, and they took me to community service. And community service was not fun. It wasn't fun, y'all. It wasn't fun. They put me in that big old truck at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they ain't stop at Burger King, and, oh, y'all gonna go to lunch, and we're gonna go get some sandwiches. No, you know, we're gonna get some chicken. No. You have to bring your packed lunch and bring it with you, okay? And I thought they were gonna, like, pick up trash, you know? They're gonna pick up trash, you know? But, I didn't pick up trash. I was on the side of the freeways, chopping down trees and digging ditches, picking up trash too. I'm talking about wood trash, heavy trash, you know. Anything to do on the freeway. Y'all think it's just trash. It ain't trash out there. It's weeds and cutting and all that. During that time, it was the county. They were working. Come on, let's work. They were working. I was out there sweating like, this is crazy. And you out there heat, and it was hot. They didn't give you barely a break. They give you like a 15-minute break, and that was it, y'all. And that was it. It was hell. So I had to go through that for about 4 or 5 months. And then I got my license suspended. Back then it was 3 months. Or was it 3 months? I think it was 3 months. And then I had to go to DUI school. DUI school cost a lot, y'all. It was like, back then it was like $40 a week. And I liked the DUI class. The DUI class was pretty cool, you know. To hear some of them people's stories were like amazing to be in there. You know, like you was in the class and they were sitting there like, oh, so the people crack me up, man. Some of the people in them DUI classes crack you up. Like, you know, they say stories like, yeah, so what happened to you, David? They would be like, you know, and the reason I got a DUI is because I just like to go to the store, get a 12-pack of beer, and just drink and drive. I was like, what? You don't want to party or communicate with friends or family? Some people out there just get a beer and say, hey, this is life. I'm going to just drive my car and drink my beer. And drink, and then drink, and drink, and drink. And I was amazed. I was like, damn, no fun or nothing. Just, some people do the weirdest things when it comes to alcohol. But so listen to them amazing stories that they did. It was good. I liked the DUI. I didn't like the $40 a week. Hell no. But them DUI stories that them people were saying, it was real good. Made me go, wow, I didn't know that. You know, they tell you stuff. You're like, oh, I didn't know that. You know, it's amazing stories that you'll be amazed from. And I didn't like when you say you stand up and say I am an alcoholic, you know, like I didn't want to do it, but you know, hey, to get past the class, like I am alcoholic too, you know. Everybody getting up to an alcoholic, you like you can't get up and be like I am I'm a casual drinker, with my friends or family or some girls or my homies. No, they don't. No, they just. I am an alcoholic. I can't explain. I want to explain. Like, I am not alcoholic. I just a casual drinker. When they put on the application for a job, are you a casual drinker or whatever? Like some college. I didn't drink a lot, but I had to take them classes, man. I had to take them classes. And I did all that, man. Community service. And what made me mad, man, is when I wanted to transfer some paperwork over in the court or something. There was like, they said, can you transfer for this to extend it's extended, to give me a little bit more time because I was working at the time. And they was like, yep, that's going to be $100. I was like, to fax? To fax a piece of paper? Yeah, $100. I was like, what? Are you serious? I was mad, y'all. And I had that DUI on my record. My insurance went sky high. But I didn't have the blower. We didn't have the blower back then. It was strict, but not like now, It was bad. I lost my license. I can only go to work and back home. And it went by fast. But it was something that I learned, and I know now, like, if I drink too much, hey, get a hotel, sleep in your car. It'd be better to be drunk and sleep in your car and put your keys in the trunk and get, hey, officer, hey, I've been drinking, the keys are in the trunk. You can get me for get me for drinking in public. I think it'll get you for drinking in public. But now I'd be really cautious when I drink, even if I got a buzz, I'm like, nah, my brain calculates. No, and I just don't do it. First thing I'm gonna do, if I've been drinking, I'm gonna sit about an hour. I'm gonna go to the taco truck. There's taco trucks out there, and eat my good old taco. Drink a lot of water. Sit there for an hour. Wait till I'm sobered up a little bit better, and then I drive. Now you get common sense because you'll lose everything. You'll lose your apartment. You lose your car. You lose your family, and lose your job. You lose your life. It's not worth getting a DUI. A DUI is not worth it. So, you people out there, get DUIs out there, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And what I did, that was 20 years ago. And now, I heard it's strict. I seen people got a lawyer and they like, nah, they really got me. They'd be like, suspend my license for almost a year and a half. I'm like, damn. Mine was only 3 months. Yours was like a year. First offense, now they putting that blower in your car, Even my friend was telling me now they got a camera looks at you when you blowing, You can't remember I think back then you could just get somebody, hey, can you blow? Yeah, can you blow? Blow on it. Can we start this car? Now they got a little camera. You make sure you gonna blow that car. They got a little camera in the corner. You be like, you gotta put your face in it. You gotta look at that camera like this. They get more stricter out there, so be careful out there getting them DUI, especially during the holidays. It's not worth getting DUI, man. If you're this drunk, if you're this drunk and you gotta go home this drunk, oh yeah, that's drunk, okay? That's too damn drunk. But anyways, you guys, that's my story about me getting my DUI out there. And whether I'm proud of it, hell no. Do I want another DUI? Hell no. And that's what you guys should be saying too. Hell no. DUI is not worth it. I'm being real. I'm telling you, a DUI is not worth it. I am telling you, not 20 years ago, it was not worth it. But now, I heard it got more strict. Back then it was like, I think what, 5,000, 6,000, now it's up to 15,000. Inflation? Inflation? Are you serious? No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna be cautious what I do. And two, before I leave, Hey, if it's New Year's and you know you're going to want to drive, hey, don't drive. Take that damn Uber or Lyft and pay that money. Pay that 50, 60, 70, $100. It's worth it. Get it? Them cops be out on holidays. Out. And then you be like, I want to go party. No, not there. They out, okay? Get you a Uber, you'll be happy. Because you be partying, oh, you be like, yeah, woo. And then the Uber pulls up, and be like, oh, you'll die. Yeah, I'm down. And you get in that car and you pass out. It feel good. And they be like, hey, they wake you up. LaDon. Huh? Yeah, look, here's your house right here. Oh, thank you. Here's a tip. All right, thank you. And then walk in the house and feel happy, you know? So, well, I want to say you guys had a good time with you guys. And I am LaDon, and I love telling stories about who I am in my life. Anyways, enjoy your day. Oh, yeah. Enjoy